Hey Hans, welcome back to the channel. We're doing something a little bit different today. An online come shop with me, looking at Zara and all the bits they have in new for this, shall we call it winter now? Let's say it's winter season. Bits that I've added to my wish list that I think would be worth you guys seeing. And yes, there will be a follow-up. I will have a try on video for you guys, if not next week, the week after, so stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed. If you're new here, we do all things fashion, styling, lifestyle content, basically getting you to understand how to find your personal style and make the most of your wardrobe. Now, I've got a few bits to show you in my wish list, so let's get into it. This is an accumulation of items that I've been adding to my wish list for some time, actually. You guys know I love a wish list, as you can see the randomness on the screen here. But we're sticking with this one, which I have very rightfully titled Stunning. And these are pieces that are part of their new in. And I would say I've probably seen within the last maybe 2 to 3 weeks. You will be seeing some grayed out spaces, pieces that are, you know, currently out of stock. But I think for the most part, we can trust that they should be restocked relatively soon. Before I forget, I just want to preface this whole wish list, this whole video by saying, remember, 25th of December, the 25th of December will be Zara's sale. So just bear that in mind in case you are looking at anything, because I'm eyeing this one up. And would it just be a wish list? Would it be my wish list if there wasn't something cow print? Probably not. Stunning. We've been seeing a lot of deer print, which I think I've mentioned in one of my recent videos anyway, but this I just think is gorgeous. Only reason I'm a bit is because it is short. I just really prefer long coats and jackets. It is absolutely gorgeous, as you can see, combination-wise, it's alright. But to be honest, the faux fur is bound to keep you warm anyway, so you probably won't need to stress too much. I was looking at the price point. I love the ZW collection. I think, for me, I liken it to like H&M edition, sort of ASOS edition. It's definitely their premium sort of higher range or luxe items. I'm just a happy bunny when it comes to pieces like this. And I think this one, as I mentioned, is gorgeous. Now, as much as I love cow prints and, you know, coats and jackets, I have an ample amount of those already. Something I've been looking at more and more are dresses. Guys, the selection of dresses that I've added. This I immediately saw and I thought price point, I thought that was fantastic. But what I'm loving most about this is that lace trimming right at the bottom. I think that's absolutely stunning. As you can see, it is in brown. Not as much of a chocolate brown, not a deep brown, but I just thought that was a really pretty contrast. It sits so nicely on her frame. More lengthwise is what I'm looking at. The length, I think, just really, really works. Polyester, you know, not the greatest, but I would say that 4% elastane will work in my favor. But I think I was actually going to pick this up in a medium. $39.99, I just don't feel like it's a bad price point. But as I mentioned, there are some really lovely dresses. Obviously, we are getting into the season of, you know, I was going to say outerwear. That's not what I'm looking for. The holiday season. Velvet, I feel like, is a fabric and a material that we see come in, you know, every autumn, winter, predominantly winter, around, you know, the festive season. But I think it's one of those textures that you could probably get away with throughout the year, depending on how you want to play around with it. Added this to my list because I just think that color is going to be stunning. The neckline, if I just show you a slightly different picture, the neckline is a bit half and half because depending on your bust, I think that would really determine how this sits on you. I do not think the sleeves are adjustable. Let's just double check. Yeah, so you don't have adjustable sleeves. They're really, really thin. I'm saying sleeves. Is that the right word to use right now? The straps are not adjustable. That's what I'm looking for. But I just thought the bottle green would be really lovely. So that was added to my list as well. They had some pieces. There was a particular dress here which really reminded me of Opoly. I think it's Opoly if I'm not mistaken. I feel like when you see it, you'll kind of know what I mean because they had a range very similar to this, which was a bit more of a stretchy material. I'm not too sure what this is, but we can check the composition. But I just thought, again, for that festive season, this was a nice different sort of approach. So it is polyester, but again, you've got the 5% elastane. The brown is gorgeous. I think I really, really like the length. It is very simple, almost giving me like a 70s chicness, but that drop back, I said, okay, honey, you are a little bit of me. And this baby's absolutely gorgeous. She's kind of giving Miley Cyrus, no? Maybe that's just me. Anyway, dresses, but some other bits that I've been adding into my list. This velvet again, I just thought this was a really gorgeous outfit through and through. This is so me. I would definitely wear this. You've got the knee-high boots that she's wearing it with. Something I particularly love about this fit is it just shows the versatility. So actually what you're looking at is the top. So the top is what I've selected. It is a Coord, so I think that is worth mentioning. If I scroll to the bottom, maybe it'll show you. It is a Coord set. There's actually a skirt that comes with the bandeau top. I just love a corset top. There you go. You've got the skirt down there, or the short skirt, sorry. I just love a bandeau top. I just think it works. It gives versatility. Anything bandeau or sort of like a corset top is me through and through. These, I'm not going to talk about every item, by the way, guys, because the list is long. But very quickly, this embroidered skirt, and very similar to the item next to it, I will be sharing the wish list with you, Hans. So get ready to scroll. This, to me, is just such a throwback. This is such a throwback. Beaded materials with the mesh and the sheerness. I honestly feel like I definitely had something like this when I was a child, and I just love this. As you can see, it is a two-piece. I really do like the way you can layer with it. They actually have trousers, but I was looking at the skirt because I thought this could be really cute. With a navy top, could be off-shoulder. You know, you've got the versatility to kind of play around with it, but I just really love the detail. If we look at the top, which I did not add to my list, the top comes with it as well, so you kind of get that layered effect where you can see the skirt peeking through. Obviously it is see-through, so do with that information what you will. You can see here they've kind of styled it with a bra underneath, but ultimately I just feel like the festive season for me is not a season I go crazy when it comes to purchasing things, because ultimately it's not my go-to season. I don't know how else to say that. I feel like if you know, you know. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. But I would rather dress up in that season with something I really own than to buy something right off the bat, if that makes sense. Let's address the elephant in the room. This stupendously gorgeous coat. I don't know what to do with myself when I look at this coat, okay? I don't know what to do with myself. As you can probably see, I'm thinking by the abbreviation. It's probably like masculine pocket. I don't know what that's supposed to say, but what? Like, this just looks like a hug. It looks like a hug. It looks chic. It looks comfortable. It's got quite a high wool composition when you look at it. The piping, the camel, everything is gorgeous. So if we scroll down, you can see, yeah, 72% wool. There's quite a high composition of wool, so you already know it's going to keep you warm. I love how you've got like the vents at the side. I just love how oversized and almost like busy, how busy it is, how very structured, how very layered it is. It just looks so chic. I don't know why, actually, something about it reminds me of the film Dune. Maybe that's just me, but I said price point, that's a little bit high, but I really, really love the look of that. So, you know, I had to add it into the list for you, my loves. The new sort of collection, I think, is this the ZW collection? I can never remember what they label it as, but this whole sort of line here, pretty much, well, more so the coat and these trousers as well. They are high price points. I will say that for free. I picked these because I thought the burgundy trousers were absolutely gorgeous. This asymmetric detail here is just like, you can't go wrong with that. But the really, really nice thing is with the asymmetric detail, you've got the option, as she has done, to layer. This nipping in the waist, you guys know by now. If you nip me in at the waist, you're mine forever. So yeah, there is definitely some gorgeous pieces to look at. These shoes, I just feel like there's something that I may not get a lot of wear out of, but there is something about these shoes that is calling to me. I don't know if it's the point. I don't know if it's how sort of like long the toe box area is. I don't know if it's the color, whatever it is, I just think is gorgeous. And honestly, the only reason I've shied away from putting it into my basket is because I just know I don't really have anywhere to be wearing it at the moment, but it has my eye. I'm just loving the layers and the draping that we're seeing from Zara this season. This dress I just think is gorgeous. Like, if you want something that's a bit understated, you have the paneling detail, you've got the flowiness of the drape at the bottom. It's sexy because you can actually see a little bit of skin, or quite a bit of skin, so to speak, but the draping all around, I just think makes it so chic. And they are doing it in a brown and a black, but I just think something about the black is very punchy. Like, it's solid, it's dark, it's bold. And I just feel like it's kind of a little black dress. Obviously, it's not a little dress, but I just feel like the energy it's giving is gorgeous. Added this little bag because I just thought, you know, anytime I can have a cute little city bag on the go, it's always a nice way to dress up your outfit without having to really worry about whether your bag goes with a fit. I just think it's good to have a good selection, a good range of bags. This top is definitely giving trench coat. I saw the grey one initially and I was actually like, ooh, piqued my interest. But I really do like this khaki sort of color as well. What I like more so is the fact that you have this adjustable section at the back, which I thought was really, really sweet. But it also means you want to maybe consider the size you get because you want it to actually snatch your waist but be comfortable everywhere else. The tortoiseshell buttons definitely is what gives me the trench coat vibes, but I thought it was nice. Like, this whole list is literally things that I had a visceral reaction to. Items where I saw it and immediately was like, yeah, add to bag. Now, I have mentioned there are some pieces that I've been looking at from before. I actually went into store and saw this and I tried it on and it was a really happy surprise. Actually, do you know what? There is a really similar one to that and I'm actually wondering if that is the correct one I've added to the basket. No, so I think it was actually this one. Really, really similar, but the tones are different. This I just thought was gorgeous. So what happens is in this sort of middle section here, it actually buttons in and so it just snatches your waist a little bit, but you have all this draping. You've got the check print, which you guys know I have been loving and adoring recently. And all in all, it was just a pleasant surprise. Now, it is a matching set. I didn't try on the trousers because they are quite sheer, they're quite thin. But actually, looking at them, I think it really could be a very elevated, very, very elevated sort of basic cord. I can't even call it basic, but it's a very elevated, simple outfit. When you actually think about what it really is just top and trousers. But the color, the snatching of the waist, everything just makes it that much sweeter. There are just some gem pieces in my wish list altogether. This I think I saw in store as well. And if I did, I'm not crazy about the material. I wasn't sure because it looked a lot shorter. What I saw was a lot shorter, but I did think it was really, really cute. Berets, you guys know I said in my recent video, I've just been loving hats. No, I added this twice. I've really, really been loving hats. I just think it's a nice way to dress up your outfit and just add another layer, another accessory to your fit as well. And, you know, we've been seeing a lot of like the rugby prints, the polo knit shirts. I'm not mad at it. Some more hats. I've actually got this one, but I've left it in there for you guys for when it comes back into stock. You can see some of these pieces, they're grayed out because, child, they've been sitting in the queue, or the basket, should I say, on my wish list actually for a little bit. But even if you just scroll with me, you can see it's a lot of check prints, a lot of stripes, just texture. This coat is another one where if I had the budget for it, it would be mine right now. Because are you actually kidding me? Like, are we really going to get into this? Are we really going to get into this? I just adore the scarf detail. I love the check print. I love the hues that they've used. It's a bit more of like a warmer color palette, which is a little different for me. I like my cool tones, but I just think this, even down to the styling, everything here, I would happily add to basket. I would say sizing wise, something to bear in mind is you can see how the sizing is done. And I would probably go for a small or medium. I know they're recommending an extra small. It's small to me, but I do like my coats to have a bit of room and space. But I just thought that was absolutely gorgeous. I think I also have a lot of structured pieces. Tailoring is definitely in this season. So whether it is the blazers, whether it's the trousers, the dresses with the cinched in waists, I just think there's an element of practicality. And speaking of practicality, I added some of these waterproof, sort of water repellent coats as well, because I thought they could be really good in the rainy season when it's not actually cold, but you want something that's like quite relaxed, giving cool girl energy, you know. This could definitely be something to go for. And a lot of embroidery as well. All in all, I feel like everything I'm seeing is quite cohesive. Like, again, you've got the wraps, you've got the layers. There's an element of functionality and practicality, which I think is mainly a testament to where we are economy-wise. You know, it's getting items that you can actually use, items that you can rewear, keep, and that will have longevity. And so even when we look at some of the party season items, They're nothing too crazy. There's definitely an element of nostalgia, as I've mentioned already, but there's definitely that idea of, okay, you can have this for quite some time. So yeah, some gem pieces, Hans. Honestly, somebody sponsor me so I can buy this whole wish list, because I know how I would make every single bit work for me and my wardrobe. Right, my darling, so that was basically going through my current wish list, the one I've been updating the most. As I've mentioned in a video already, I will be adding this to the description box, so make sure you are checking all the links and details there. I will, of course, as I've mentioned, have a follow-up video where we are doing a try-on of the bits that I've picked up, some that I haven't shown you, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, all of that good stuff, and if you've made it to the end of the video, leave a basket or trolley emoji in the comment section. We'll go again next week, Sunday, 7 p.m. And until then, stay well, stay blessed, good vibes only, and I'll catch you guys soon. Mwah.